This is the YouTube edition of my book, A Course in Miracles Workbook Nuggets. Workbook Nuggets was written to be a commentary or study aid for the course's workbook for students. I'll begin by reading the book's full commentary on today's workbook lesson over a visual of the book's text. I'll then return with some impromptu thoughts and comments on today's lesson and my commentary. A link to the book on Amazon.com is provided below. Lesson number 134, May 14. Let me perceive forgiveness as it is. Quote, it, forgiveness, is irrelevant to everything except illusions. End quote. That sentence from today's lesson is key to understanding the term forgiveness as it is used in the Course. Forgiveness is looking beyond illusions to the love, or call for love, underneath. Forgiveness does not, quotes, give a pass or pardon to the guilty. Someone may be truly and undeniably guilty as the world sees it, but that has nothing to do with forgiveness in terms of the Course. The central purpose of the Course is to show you a new way of seeing that is not of this world. Forgiveness is simply the term the Course uses to refer to this new way of seeing beyond the infinite details and conflicts of the illusion. Who did what to who and why is all irrelevant to this new way of seeing. Forgiveness distills the world in its infinite details down to its one true essence, love. If you see anything but love, or a call for love, in the actions of another, you are not seeing in the new way. In the terms of the lesson, you have condemned yourself for the sins of another, not because you yourself have done the bad act, but because you have seen it with your ordinary earthly vision. You have condemned yourself by perceiving with your ego. The ego perceives details and sins. The eyes of Christ see the same act and see only the love or call for love therein. Truth does not need pardon or correction. As the lesson states, quote, how can you forgive the sinless and eternally benign? End quote. When we commonly and ordinarily think about forgiveness, we are thinking about separate people and things. That is, we are thinking about the illusion, not truth or reality. But forgiveness, as defined by the Course, has nothing to do with separate people and things. It is seeing beyond them to the reality just beneath, which is hiding in plain sight. Forgiveness is realizing that in truth, in reality, there is nothing to forgive, because seeing with the eyes of Christ, you see only love, or calls for love. All else that you see is the surface chaos of the illusion, mistakes and mistaken perceptions, the inevitable clash of separate things and interests. If you focus on the surface chaos, forgiveness, in the ordinary understanding of the term, can only be undeserved alms to a separate body who is guilty, sinful. Yet, hiding within that body is the sinless child of God, See that instead, and there is nothing to forgive. This is forgiveness as defined by the Course. There is one last point I want to make about the lesson. In the practice sessions, you are instructed to consider the, quotes, sins of someone, and then ask yourself, quote, would I condemn myself for doing this? End quote. The key to all this is that you are not simply asking whether you would condemn yourself if you were the one who had done the act. You are asking if you want to suffer the effects of accusing the other person of such so-called sin. Quoting from the lesson, quote, the time remaining in your practice session should be given to experiencing the escape from all the heavy chains you sought to lay upon your brother, but were laid upon yourself. End quote. That is the key. You do not lay the chains of sin upon your brother alone. By seeing sin as real, you lay the chains upon yourself as well. Sin now exists. You are right back in the ordinary world. You are back in the illusion.